Tzu Chi volunteers from 5 countries gathered to visit the terminally ill patients in a hospital. Tzu Chi volunteers in Pingdong care for 2 fire survivors in ICU and comfort their families. On Canada Headlines, I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. Ebola crisis has spread widely across West Africa for many years. In 2015, Tzu Chi provided humanitarian aid and help distributions. In addition, Tzu Chi volunteers helped rebuild the hospital ward for terminally ill patients. This time, Tzu Chi volunteers from 5 countries formed a group to revisit the terminally ill patients in Connaught Hospital.
一家人的观念，正式的在非洲经由伊波拉的这一份疫情，打开慈悲的大爱之门。就像上人讲，合心合气，互爱协力，4合一。我们也是4个伙伴在社区里面承担起这样子的一个神圣使命。Hello, how are you?
In the number 9 ward of Connaught Hospital.
You like it? You like it? Stay here? Oh, good, good, good.
They fight to come to
They fight to come over here? Ah, and this is all donated by a lot of people you don't know.
Yes.
They care about it, so they donate it, and then we are happy. We can see you are using it.
Yeah, the special floors, the nurses station, the brightness even of the world.
So everything's different, right?
Yes, very different.
Five Tzu Chi volunteers formed a distribution group headed to Republic of Sierra Leone. Besides holding distribution, visiting hospitals after flood, they also worked on medium long-term plans together.
大家对这一个国家
We love this country, so we try to accompany them and guide them to run their own volunteering missions. We have an important mission this time, which is to select suitable new local volunteers and train them to undertake the upcoming mission for serving their country.
同时也要做人才的接引。
4 NGO logos were printed on the vest. It represents the partnership of striving for a better humanistic future.
这一次就是象征着我们4
The
个
4 NGO organizations logo on the vest represent the 4 posts for supporting a home. We made it printed in the front and also the back of vests. The most important thing about it is to do more good deeds helping the
最重要
community.
的是说共同为人道来社区来尽一份心力。
In the aftermath of Ebola crisis, seeds of love have been planted in people's minds. Tzu Chi volunteers hope these new local volunteers will continue to spread love and care in their community.
In the United States, the Great Love Mobile Eye Clinic has come to a church in Hawaiian Gardens for the first time. They are here to serve homeless individuals. Many homeless people feel touched when putting on prescription eyeglasses.
Tzu Chi's mobile eye clinic has come to the Way Out Ministries in Hawaiian Gardens. With the referral of the church, homeless individuals have come to undergo eye checkups.
It's just hard for me. I don't have insurance to get glasses, so I've been using the over-the-counter, and they don't really work for me. So at nighttime, I'm scared because I might, a lot of times I'm almost having accidents.
Some of them need to support their family. Even though they have an income, they usually spend it on food.
I'm working in a gas station right now. I don't make it that much money, but I'm trying to get another one because I need it. I need it for my kids.
For them, they have to decide it. The $100, $200 have to pay on their glasses or either the grocery shoppings. For them, that's critical. For us, that means not that critical, but we saw that this significance and this importance for them, so we decided to come here to serve them.
We need people like that in the world that are going to see you and take care of you with, without looking at your situation or what you look like.
Kenneth, who has been unemployed and homeless for 7 years, has become a local volunteer after receiving help from the church. Upon learning that the Great Love Mobile Eye Clinic is coming for the first time, he brought his elder brother here.
Everyone was so nice and so helpful. They help us fill out the paperwork. And just the fact, I've never been to a free eyeglasses clinic, never.
She far away, so you see outside. Oh. So outside. Wow, I can see really good. Very good? Yeah. Okay. Hey, this is amazing. I can't believe it.
The two brothers could finally see more clearly, regaining their confidence and expressing their humor.
See? Where you come from?
In Taiwan, the Deputy Superintendent of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, Dr. Yang Shudi, has won this year's Medical Public Service Award. Dr. Yang has been focusing on child urology, and he hopes to improve the life quality of urology patients. Meanwhile, another doctor who has been recognized by the Medical Public Service Award given by New Taipei City government is Dr. Tzu Chi. He has conducted many researches on the dialysis patients' need for water.
Children with spina bifida often cry when undergoing treatment. Fortunately, urologist Dr. Yang Shudi is extremely patient. Dedicated to the field of child urology, Dr. Yang not only cares about the success of surgeries, but also knowing the ways they help this type of patients to have a good life quality.
For 29 years, I've been caring for patients who cannot urinate by themselves. In the early years, we conducted surgeries. Later, we encouraged them to use catheters to urinate. With early treatment, we can prevent the need for big surgeries. Thus, they can take better care of themselves.
To help spina bifida patients, Dr. Yang has established a foundation and offers special clinic with the cooperation of New Taipei City Department of Health. This year, he has received the Medical Public Service Award given by New Taipei City government. This is his second time being recognized by an award since 2013. His medical service and research have both been recognized.
那我们如果可以的话，把那个体重调低一点啦，会比较好，好不好？
The other award-winning doctor is Dr. Tzu Chi, who is dedicated to caring for patients with kidney diseases. Since the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital was inaugurated, he has led the medical team to analyze patients' nutrition and need for water. He's also the first doctor in the world to categorize and analyze the dialysis patients' need for water.
After you come up with the research results, domestic and international doctors will cite them or discuss them in the meetings. I feel that these research results are very important to the patients. I'm very grateful to these patients that they've cooperated with us in the 10 years of research.
Dr. Hong is extremely mindful in his clinic treatment, teaching, and research. He has become the first doctor in Taiwan to be recognized by American Society of Nephrology. He has also improved the quality of care provided by the nephrology department of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. It is no surprise that Dr. Hong has been recognized by New Taipei City government with an award in the research category.
This year's 30th anniversary of Jingsi aphorisms, the Tzu Chi worked with the Taipei City government by promoting Jingsi aphorisms at the Taipei Metro. Let's see where you can see the Jingsi aphorisms at the stations.
Taipei Metro runs from morning till midnight and has become a requirement in the life of Taipei residents, but they will be able to find some peace from their busy schedules. Tzu Chi works with the Taipei City government to promote the Jingsi aphorisms at the Taipei Metro, starting from November for 2 months.
We hope that at our metro stations, people can see the Master's words of wisdom when they walk by. They may see one phrase. Some people may be experiencing difficulties or setbacks. So when they see Master's words of wisdom, their minds will get purified.
From Taiwan to the world, many people's lives are changed because they are touched by one aphorism. Taipei Metro is very busy with so many people using it. It is thus very important to have one aphorism that can enter the heart of these metro users.
This year is the 30th anniversary of Jingsi aphorisms, which will be shown at the Minquan West Road Station, Guting Station, and Zhongxiao Dunhua Station. These aphorisms that will appear are especially chosen for the light boxes in front of the platforms and on TVs at the stations.
Such as about filial piety, we have do not delay in doing good deeds or being filial. We also have aphorisms that can inspire the busy working class in Taipei. Whichever aphorism they will notice is actually quite useful to them.
Next time when you take the metro, do not just look at your smartphone. Try to look up at these aphorisms and maybe one of them will dwell in your heart.
A three-story building in Pingdong County was engulfed in fire at 5 a.m. in the morning of November 14. The firefighters successfully rescued 2 girls from the fire, but they were being treated in the intensive care unit. Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at the hospital to show care to the girls and their family.
A simple word of encouragement is very important to these 2 girls because they have just escaped from the fire.
They are conscious and they can breathe smoothly, but they suffer from smoke inhalation, so they are being treated in intensive care, and we will examine how their respiratory tracts change.
The Social Welfare Department will start its caring work. The children's school will provide psychological counseling, and the hospital will provide the best care.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Pingdong came to the hospital to solace the girls and their family.
The magistrate said that when he visited the girls, he sensed that they were very frightened. So we wonder if we can also visit the girls, and when we go in, we can interact with them and comfort them.
The kids need psychological building and counseling because this accident came suddenly.
The fire took the lives of their 4 members, but other family members still do not dare to tell the 2 girls. Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to help this family in any way they can.
In Changhua, 24-year-old Ms. Chi is living with her father and uncle who are both undergoing cancer chemotherapy. She has to shoulder the burdens of the family. Volunteers visited the family and see what they can help.
24-year-old Xu Ci-en rushed home after work at noon.
I'll bring the remaining noodles, which have not been sold, back for them to eat.
Her uncle and father both have been suffering from cancer for years. Ci-en takes responsibility for taking care of them. She goes to work at 5:30 in the morning every day and also needs to take them to the hospital for regular checkup. Her life is very busy.
The 2 brothers are not able to work now, yet she earns very little, which is not enough for the family.
Sometimes the checkup ends late at night and we need to take a taxi back home since there's no public transport. It costs about $40.
The monthly salary of about $300 is not enough for the expenses of the whole family. Her father feels bad to see her working so hard.
I don't want to see her like that. I know she is very tired. I'm so distressed.
I give them fruit to eat because they have lesions in their mouth. My father is getting thinner. He has lost more than 10 kilograms.
Upon learning of their condition, volunteers come to visit them in the afternoon.
Our hearts go out to her. We hope to help her relieve some of her burdens.
He is very positive and still hopeful about life. He is also regretful for the care from society. He has a grateful heart.
The visit of the volunteers is like a warm sun to the family. They will accompany the family in the days to come.
A mother and her daughter in Changhua County suffer from mild mental disability. The daughter also has a 5-year-old daughter of her own. They receive supplies from the government and private groups, but they do not know how to use their money nor how to keep their house clean. Tzu Chi went to help improve their living conditions.
Our house is littered with garbage and has a bad smell. This family set up a tent in the living room and use paper from a calendar as their mattresses.
The roof leaks, and when it leaks, it'll produce pitter-patter sound.
59-year-old Mr. Jen and her daughter suffer from mild mental disability. Her daughter also has a 5-year-old girl. They receive enough government assistance, but they do not know how to use money or how to keep their home clean.
Tzu Chi volunteers are very kind. A long time ago, they had wanted to help them clean their home, but she refused their help.
We really want to help her. The village head is also very zealous. When we run into any problem, He will give us some advice to solve our problems.
We've told the village head that if he needs us, he can tell us, and we'll come to help.
Miss Jen's daughter has a 5-year-old daughter out of wedlock, and both of them live in a rental home in the city. The young girl is already kindergarten aged, and the social welfare department has intervened.
I've talked to a social worker, and he will apply for a school for her to go to.
We must teach her how to use money and how to keep her home clean. Tzu Chi volunteers will keep accompanying them.
In addition to material and monetary assistance, this family requires continuous follow-up and counseling from the government.
In Changhua, an 80-year-old solitary senior is living in an old house with no bathroom available. Tzu Chi volunteers went there to help clear up her things before undergoing renovation.
Many bags of waste are cleared from the house. Volunteers are planning to help Grandma renovate her house. The first challenge is clearing up her things.
She has the habit of hoarding since she was young. It's hard to change when getting older.
We showed her the things and told her that they were broken already. She then agreed to discard. But when we come in again, the things were still there, still a lot.
Her house is about 65 square meters, yet it is filled with boxes of things on the floor. The home doesn't even have an indoor bathroom. Also, the roof beams are damaged and rotted, making the house dangerous to stay in. It has to be renovated very soon.
We'll construct a bathroom for her with a commode. We'll also create a small kitchen with a stove and water heater.
The 17 volunteers are busy clearing up unnecessary items in the house, and then hand the case over to the constructor to start renovation.
In the 1990s, Taiwanese men were able to wed women from abroad, with many targeting Southeast Asia. Now these new residents and their descendants are new immigrants and a driving force for Taiwanese entrepreneurship. In our report, we will meet many of these new residents.
This building on Zhongshan North Road in Taipei City is Wu Dino, who has been married to a Taiwanese man for more than 20 years. Many of her customers are just like her, and business is so good that she has 2 beauty salons in this building. From the 1990s, many men in Taiwan have begun to marry women from different countries. This trend peaked in 2003. Among every 3.1 new couples, there is a pair that involve foreign spouses, including those from Hong Kong, Macau, or those from Southeast Asia. Although there has been a slight decline in recent years, in 2018, 1 out of every 6.6 new couples is to a new immigrant. At present, the number of new residents has reached 545,000, close to 570,000 indigenous people in Taiwan.
My shop is about 5 years old. At that time, I did it with Christine because she was doing a beauty parlor and I was selling things.
Wu Dino's good friend Olivia has been married to a Taiwanese person for 20 years. She also opened a shop in this building, as it once sold imported jewelry. But after its heyday, it now sells items catered to new immigrants, such as beauty parlors, clothing stores, and snacks opened by new residents from the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. With some 550,000 new immigrant women, people like Wu Dino and Olivia are capitalizing on this business opportunity and becoming an entrepreneurial force that cannot be ignored.
为什么会有新二代聚会？是因为新南向政策下，其实会有很多活动是主推说希望新二代来参加。
The 1990s, opening up to new immigrants led some 545,000 people to come to Taiwan. Now the next generation of new immigrants has now reached more than 500,000. These new generation, the so-called new Taiwanese sons, have gradually become Taiwanese and are active social force. The World Population Review website lists the national birth rate rankings for 2019, and Taiwan's birth rate is in the last place. And the childless crisis is already a national security issue in Taiwan. In fact, if the fertility rate of new residents is deducted from the national average, Taiwan's fertility rate will be even worse. According to statistics, the proportion of births in the second generation reached the highest in 2004, reaching 1 out of every 7.3 newborns. Currently, there is a new second generation for every 14 newborns.
不知道对这个活动名称有什么看法？它叫新二代复仇者联盟。
Liu Chenping, who is currently studying at NTU's Institute of National Development, is a second-generation new immigrant. Her mother is Vietnamese, and because of this unique identity, she has a broader perspective on life.
最印象深刻是
The thing that left the biggest impression on me was before I went to school, I was reminded by my elders to work hard and do well because my background would be easy for others to look down on me. This had a profound impact on me. Because of this, I had to constantly try to prove myself not only to me personally, but to others as well.
Liu Chenping, who grew up in Zhanghua's Lugang, has never identified with her mother's country. When she attended an event at a university, something triggered her awakening to her mother's culture. At the same time, she filmed Heart to Saigon documentary in 2018 to draw attention to the issues of the new second generation.
Once I participated in an event where I heard the male bee host said that his identity came from his mother. His Aboriginal identity came from his mother. I was very surprised by this as I thought my identity was only from my dad. So I started to be concerned about the issue of new immigrants. If someone asks me where I'm from, I'll say Zhanghua Lugang. This is because I grew up here. As for my relationship with Vietnam, I'm very proud to say that I'm also a child of Vietnam.
我是越南人。
越南的，你现在几年级？
我上9年级。
9年级，所以是国中3年级。国中3。那为什么会来这边上课？
因为我的中文不太好。
中文不太好。
In the office of the IMMFA, a group of students around 10 years old are working hard to learn Chinese under the guidance of the association's volunteers.
The children come from families which have all faced challenges. New immigrant mothers may not be able to take care of them well, so they give their care to grandparents, perhaps in Vietnam or the Philippines, to help them. Now, when they come back to Taiwan, they have to go through our compulsory education, but they may not speak Chinese well and they can't understand what the teacher is saying in class. They can't communicate with their classmates, so they come to us.
Some second-generation new immigrants, such as Liu Chenping, is fluent in Chinese but will not be able to speak her mother tongue. But another Chong Ying will speak the mother tongue, but she will not speak Chinese. When the government vigorously promotes a new southbound policy, it may face such a dilemma.
With the government promoting the new southbound policy, I think there may be some children coming back from abroad. We need to guide them in the right way because they could be the main focus of our southern direction.
Foreign factory workers, fishermen, and caregivers, along with new immigrants in their second generation, now total some 1.75 million people in Taiwan. They have contributed to Taiwan's economic strength, elder care, entrepreneurship, and fertility. On the occasion of the 30th anniversary of migrant workers in Taiwan, we should pay more attention to the pressure they face, along with their compatriot new immigrants and their offspring, to foster more respect and care for everyone in Taiwan.
Dallas government arranged a shelter for the homeless and Tzu Chi provided blankets for them. Take a look and see you next time.